Oh, can I say something corny?
Mhm.
So when I went to the Beyonce concert, Cowboy Carter, um, we were listening to Protector, and I was like getting so emotional. I was actually bawling. And it's that line where she goes, I'm proud of who I am because you need me. And I was like, damn, why is it hitting so hard? Like, do I want to be like a mom? Because it's like, it's for her baby, you know what I mean? So I was like, this is actually how I feel about my friends. Like, I actually am proud of who I am because you asked me to be here today and we did this together, you know? So, not to be
So we're rolling. Hello and welcome to Ex Best Friend. I'm your host, Dominique Marie. And this week we have Andrea, Andi, Bashe.
Yeah.
This person is someone who I'm so thankful to have on this podcast right now. It really, truly, and genuinely wouldn't even be possible without her. So, Andi, if you'd like, give yourself a little introduction.
My name's Andi. I'm a producer on this podcast, and I helped with the PD and the wardrobe and photography
Everything. You know how many hats?
and writing silly little notes.
All the hats.
Which is the most important part. But yeah, I'm just so thankful that you asked me to be a part of this. I'm very
So happy to have you here. Let's dive into, of course, the kind of crucial stuff first. I really want to know. Take it back. We're like just dropped off at the mall, walk into the food court. What are you getting first?
Ooh, food court. Let's see. I loved a Wetzel pretzel, but I loved the sour cream and onion one. I feel like that one's a little known flavor. I think they might have discontinued it.
It's a lesser known.
But it was like just like
love that.
covered in like this dust.
And the sour cream and onion dust.
I'm very much like a person who's like trying to lick my fingers.
Yeah. That sounds really good.
So it was
Can we bring in the Cheetos, please?
It was perfect for me.
Okay.
Okay, that's my dirty truth.
Yeah. And now stuck to Andi. That actually, that's amazing. I love that answer. Now you're at the mall still. We're walking to Claire's. What is your first accessory? What's your go-to?
Oh, always earrings. I was always an earrings girl. I would get the ones that were like 75 different earrings. It's like every fruit imaginable, you know?
Variety.
Yeah. Or if there was like a Halloween themed one, then I would always go for the Halloween.
She's spooky.
Yeah.
She's spooky.
I was always a spooky baby.
I like that. That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Here at Ex Best Friend, you had the most amazing idea to incorporate our wardrobes into our stories and kind of go for something that gives inner child. Can you give me a little on your fit now?
Yes, I would love to. So, basically I was like, I've always been very of like two minds stylistically. Like I've always had this like bubblegum pink personality, like very feminine. And so I was honoring that with the hot pink jeans. Then I have my little pink boots. But I also had like I would describe myself as like a closet goth. You wouldn't guess it, but if you were like become goth, I could have done it in a pinch because I had all
You were ready to
paraphernalia.
go.
Yeah, like I had like head to toe everything that you could want for a goth look. I had it, but then I would be like, my glitter and like
She's multifaceted. Yeah, that's what she is. She's dynamic.
But I do always love Halloween is my favorite holiday, and I've always just loved like Halloween themed things. So this shirt is like one of those silly shirts you can get at Spirit Halloween, and that was like I think honoring my inner child.
I love that. The whole fit from the head to toe.
Oh, and I've had this clip. I've had it since like high school, and it's glow in the dark too.
Do we like? It's amazing. I love it. It really brings true to a vision, I think, of like a good like teenage you, really like full development moment of ending the childhoodness and getting a little bit of the adultness and where we all land in that, because it's a real crazy ride. It's where a lot of ex best friend stories start. So I love the nod to that. Thank you so much. All right. So after hearing some insight to you and kind of where we're at in set frame, who are we having today's episode be about?
Today I'm gonna talk about my ex-best friend, Peter.
Peter.
Mhm.
When did you meet Peter?
Um, so me and Peter, well, we met freshman year of high school. I actually had like a memory of like the first time I saw him. Um, he was sitting in the very back of the health class, like the very back of the classroom, health class. I don't remember what period it was, but kind of he kind of intimidated me a little bit because he was like very tall and had like long black curly hair, and he was kind of like goth. Like his favorite band was AFI, so he was always wearing these like kind of like t-shirts like that, and he looks kind of like intimidating to me. And so I didn't really like seek him out, but then my friend Lauren was our mutual friend. She introduced me to him, and he was just like a teddy bear, just like the
Aw.
sweetest, gentlest boy on the planet. And then we just kind of became inseparable from
Hit it
there.
off kind of from the get-go.
Yeah.
That's freshman year.
He was like, Andy, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Oh.
And it was that from then
Well,
on.
obviously, if you're ever lucky enough to meet Andy, you'll feel the same. You'll get it. If you know, you know. Um, but so kind of walk us through a little what it looked like you and Peter hanging out. Like what kind of things did you guys do together?
Ooh, we ran amok for sure.
Ooh, run amok, run amok.
we we it was really cool because we were both like queer,
Mhm.
but we weren't uh, maybe like conscious of that yet. But being friends with him really allowed me to explore like gender dynamics in a
Sure.
really like unique fun way. And like we were 14, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like as sophisticated as it could get in that moment, but like he always he always fulfilled the kind of like more feminine role,
Mhm.
and I always fulfilled kind of the more masculine role. And like sometimes like we would just go like, wander down Target, and we would like he would pick up like the like secret deodorant, and then I would pick up the Old Spice deodorant. It's like a really sweet little like vignette of like queer adolescence,
Yeah.
I feel. Um
I feel like that's a quasi relatable thing, at least for our kind of specific generation too of the target. Like everybody wanted those hoodies. I remember like it was didn't care if it was boys, girls, even though they were like men's hoodies, everyone was wearing the hoodies.
mhm.
That was a whole phenom for a moment. I
Yeah.
remember that was fun.
Yeah. And oh yeah, I mean this is really more about me than him, but like I would go shop for like the boys section. And it's funny because I am like a feminine person, but at the time
Mhm.
I was very drawn to like male like aesthetics, I guess. And I would definitely experiment with that. And then he wanted to feel like a pretty princess too. So we just had that like that yin and yang.
Good.
And we were very both artistic. We both danced. Um
That's so beautiful.
yeah, we just ran a freaking muck. Like he lived walking distance from my high school, so like every morning I would get dropped off at his house,
Wow.
and then we would walk to school. We would like
Quite,
kiki in the
quite truly
morning,
like
and then
instant best friendship from the get.
oh yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah,
that
yeah,
age and you're in school together and doing stuff like that. It's inseparable.
yeah, inseparable. But we also had like this kind of funny dynamic. Like I said, he was so like, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And I was I was more like reserved at the time. And
Yeah.
I remember there was like a point where I was kind of grumpy, and I was like, you can only say I love you to me like 7 times a day. And then he would be
Ooh.
like, and he would like try to like keep himself from saying it because he wanted to like save it. And then he'd be like, please can I have one more? And I'd be like, no. And so I was
That's
mean.
so
I
funny.
was so mean to him, but
Sometimes people just want to be a little mean on, especially when they're really hot like
yeah.
you.
But but that evolved over time, and then we just became like just like two peas in a pod,
Yeah.
basically. Did everything together.
And that's all of high school throughout the whole 4 years.
Yes, all 4 years of high school, and then we were friends, I want to say, until we were like 22.
Wow.
So it
So
was like an
that's
8-year friendship.
yeah. So it's high school times two. That's a whole other 4 years on top of it.
Hmm.
Wow. Beginning to end, did you start to feel or notice anything? Were there the red flags or did it come to one kind of big halt of a thing at the very end of the 8 years?
Well, there were some fractures, I would
Mm.
say, like throughout. There were times, and also I think maybe
And
end of our friendship was like 22, but I think we might have just been kind of trying to like reconcile for a couple more years, but then it just never really hit
yeah.
where it was before. Like we spent a lot of time apart. But
So it's like it's 8+ years then.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Um but I mean no, like for all of high school, no. I don't remember anything bad happening. I think that we were very like protective of each other, very codependent. Just had like a really just ride
and
or die. Like I thought that he was gonna be my life partner, like forever. Like
yeah, the
that's
soulmate kind of friend for real.
yes, like the first person who I was like, I'm gonna die with them,
Cool.
that was Peter,
Yeah.
for sure. And then after high school, I think things just started getting really like complicated and messy and
So those were the first signs was post high school, but that's 4 years into this relationship.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Orange.
I'll say I feel like maybe the inciting incident was in like senior year, but the unraveling was post
Yeah,
high school.
started senior year, but that's still I think that's like 4 years.
Yeah. I also just remember that we were little comedians. Like we were so silly. Like our whole thing was like just like making people laugh and like being like the clowns. And
That's cute.
we would like I feel like we were so disruptive. But I don't know, it was just maybe that's not even like an important detail, but I just remember like laughter. Oh, and you know what? Like I feel like he was my first person I discoursed with. Like
Mm.
we would really go in on like topics like that.
Yeah.
Like gender identity and maybe not gender identity, but like gender roles
Sure.
and like gay rights because it was like Prop 8 at the
Oh my
time.
God, I remember that happened during high school.
Yeah.
That was so weird.
And like obviously we were experiencing a lot of like adolescent things for the first time. So just like navigating all of those like really intense experiences with one another and then like just really delving into like the politics
Yeah.
of it. Like we were very politically minded and we would like debate and talk about that stuff a lot.
That's huge.
Yeah. Which is like integral to my identity now.
Totally. I think it's really sweet because I feel like probably I'd imagine the majority of these kind of best friendships, there's some form of that with all of them. It's like what makes it the best friendship, you know? My ex best friend and I, we used to call it opening the universe together. And that
Mhm.
was just like anything, nothing's off the table sort of conversations, you know? Like you can say the shit out loud if you want to in those moments. And it's not, it's like it's taken with a grain of salt. You're
Mhm.
allowed to say things that maybe even will be controversial, but then be like, wait, I'm not married to that opinion, or that's not even fully how I feel. I just am trying to find words for it.
Yeah.
And that's not something you can do with everybody.
And kind of like also a place to like yeah, bounce and evolve
Mhm.
on things because like I didn't have the same opinions that I necessarily had when I was 14 now, of course, because I was a
Sure.
fucking idiot back then.
Feel
But
that.
but
You and me
you're
both.
working it out on the remix.
No, you and me both.
And actually, a huge thing is that we worked together too. We had the same
Yeah.
job. Like we were so
Oh
like
my gosh, your first jobs for both of you?
yeah.
That's so
Yeah, we worked
incredible.
at the same job and we were
It
very
sounds like a
devoted to
movie.
it. Hmm.
It's so y'all are for sure main characters,
Hmm.
and the whole IE is your oyster.
Hell yeah.
So, end of high school. Oh no, you said something happened senior year.
Mhm.
What's that? And that's the first thing that ever pops off.
Oh my god, my heart is racing talking about it. Okay, so it sounds very messy and like I hate it. Like I kind of hate that this is my story, but it is my truth. So I will just be open and
We're
honest
gonna
about
work.
it.
We'll lay it out and work. We'll
Yeah.
lay it out and walk through together.
Yeah. So basically, like I said, we both weren't really like out for the majority of high school. I mean, I didn't really quote unquote come out until I was like in my 20s, um but I I guess I was like kind of concerned with losing I won't say losing my virginity because I think it's a social construct, but I
Okay.
was concerned with having sex before graduating high school. Because I was 18, I waited like the longest of all my friends, and then I was just like, I gotta get it over with. So
Our journeys are so similar, and it's so funny
really,
just from that area, yeah, of being 18 and being the last one of all my friends, and kind of similarly just being like, I got a thing to do.
yeah, I wasn't assigning any like importance or any like love to it. I was just
Yeah.
like, I can't let like I don't know, like the idea of going to college, which I also didn't do until I was much older, but, like, I was just like, "I can't get there and be, like, unfucked." Like, I gotta get this over with.
Cannot be an
Rip the
unfucked college student.
Band-Aid
That's
off.
insane.
Right? And I don't think I wanted to wait for, like, love either. I just
Yeah,
to me, it was just, like it was just a
it's a thing
it
that
was just a hurdle that
happens.
you have to cross.
Totally. I'm so with you. Almost exact same situation.
Yeah. So I kind of, like, chose this guy who I had no romantic feelings for whatsoever. He was just, like, there, like, we were all in like, we're all dancers together. Like, that's how
Mm.
we were all just, like
The friend group, the
yeah.
big, the whatever, the mutuals.
Yeah, and so I guess I started kind of, like, hooking up with him, like, and then I decided I wanted to have sex with him. So I attempted to have sex with him. That's another story. Um,
And then we stitched.
but yeah, so he and I we had like almost kind of like an antagonistic relationship with one another, but we had that like we just would kind of like do that together.
Is it like I know you, like you're a reader. Is it the enemies to lovers? Is that kind of
Oh hell
what y'all are
no.
not even just
No.
enemies
With
to
the
fuck?
guy?
Yeah.
No, hell no. It was literally just like you're just a person that's in front of me
Mm,
and you're good enough for right now.
fair.
Yeah, like um
Yeah, because enemy requires some passion.
yeah, no, it wasn't really I guess with like kind of like a teasing and like good nature
Mhm.
relationship, but it was absolutely like I would say probably platonic
Yeah.
on both levels. And and so then that was just a flash in the pan. Like it came
Yeah.
and it went um and then later on my friend Peter revealed to me that he had feelings for that guy.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
and
Peter.
so I was like,
And you had no clue.
"No,
The
not a clue at all." And I was like, "Oh my god, like he's yours." You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like I have no
immediately.
feelings for him. Like obviously I wouldn't have done it had I known that you liked him, but
Sure.
I didn't, and so like I like
Yeah,
relinquish. I have no like claim
like a
on
hot potato,
him.
take it.
Yeah, like I want you to have it
Yeah.
basically. And but I do feel like that caused like a fracture that just never healed.
Mm.
And then as long
That's so tough. So that's like because it's not that's not even a fight or like that's not even a disagreement
no,
or anything. Fracture is the perfect word for that. That's just such a unique
yeah,
sliver of moment to happen on your timeline of
yeah.
friendship.
It felt like a festering wound. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like at first it's like you think it's gonna
A cup
heal, but
that
then you
never
get the kind
heals.
of infection and then it's like as much as you try to treat it, it just almost gets worse and worse
Yeah.
until you have to cut the leg off.
Ugh, God damn. A leg named Peter.
Oh, leg name Peter. That's such a good like
Is that the name of the episode?
a leg name. Oh my god, I love
A
it.
leg named Peter episode
Yeah.
for sure. Oh, God. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Oof. So that's senior year. That is absolutely a huge fracture to happen. And the fact that it was also senior year, so it's the end of high school. What happens after you graduate? Like, what are you and Peter both doing at this time?
So we were a little bit like, um, I don't know. I don't want to say deadbeat, but like it took me a while to get to community college. He went to community college, I think around the same time as me. And so we like tried to like carpool there and stuff. But um I felt at this point like the little like seeds started to seep in of like I just felt like everything after that was him trying to get me back or hurt me back.
Oh, retaliate.
Yeah.
Retaliate for again something that you didn't even like do. There wasn't a fight, there wasn't anything ended,
Mhm.
but just like a weird blip
Yeah.
of a thing that happened.
Yeah.
And now he's looking for revenge.
Yeah. Well, it was just kind of like and I saw it at the time and I remember trying to have like honest conversations with him about it too. Like why are you mad at me? Why are you hanging on to this? Like you know he doesn't mean anything to me. I remember him being like that hurts worse to hear you say that he means nothing to you because he means a lot to me,
Ah,
you know?
wow.
And then it just made me
It
feel
this is
like
a deep wound for him.
yeah,
This is a deep cut
yeah, and it
that
just
you
made
didn't
me feel
even
like
know you didn't even know you did.
No, I didn't, and, like,
That's
I
so
can't stress
tough.
enough, like, I've made a lot of bad choices, I've made a lot of selfish choices, but
Sure.
that was not one of them. Like,
Oh,
that was completely unintentional,
yeah.
and then hearing that from him made me feel like I don't even know what I can do, if anything,
Yeah.
and I would literally do anything
Mm.
because I still felt like I was losing him and, like, my grip on him was so strong,
Why
and
not, like,
he was
holding on to
like
the friendship, grasping at
yeah.
straws?
So it went from him being like,
Yeah,
"I love
full
you, I love you, I love you," and me being
circle.
like, "Please keep yourself, like,
Oof.
under control," to me being like, "I love you, I love
Yeah.
you, I love you, I love you, like, what can I do to get you back?"
But so
So
that isn't quite the end though, because that's just right after high school. But
mhm,
so you said he's kind of starting to do some like just mean girl things or whatever.
yeah.
And like how? Like what is he doing?
Well, at this point, it's like he starts telling me, like, he starts leaving me out really, really bad.
That hurts. FOMO's
Um,
the
yeah,
worst.
and I struggled with it, like, we have a lot of people in
Mm.
our lives who are like, "Do your thing," like, I'm not gonna get FOMO." I was, like, suffering, like, terminal FOMO,
Yeah.
like, "Why won't you invite me? Why don't you want me to be there?" And then it was like, "They don't like you."
He said that to you?
Yeah, "They don't wanna
Shut
hang out
up.
with you."
Oh my god.
Or sometimes it was just like, "Because
But
I
like
don't want you
claiming
to
to be your
come."
friend and saying these things to you?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, and it was very, very hurtful,
That's mean.
and then he would, like I also have this thing where I'm just constantly, like I will always introduce everybody to everybody, like,
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
have a gatekeeping personality in that
No, I love when
way.
my friends are friends.
Yeah,
It's the best.
and because he felt like my other half, like, I wanted him to meet everybody,
Totally.
you know? And so I introduced him to everybody in my life, but then it was like, start hanging out with them without me.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And then, like, he would stop inviting me to hang out with his friends and I just felt like at that point it was very, like, one-sided and, like, he was always just trying to, drain like, drain me, like, the way that he was drained.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like and I didn't think it was fair, but I guess I can kind of see what the why he was doing it.
Do you think it was, like, intentional and, like, with full malice? Or do you maybe think that it was a
And,
half maybe subconscious
um,
or it was just full blown, like, these are attacks on her?
I think it was probably, like whether or not it was on purpose, I think it was,
Not unnoticeable.
yeah, it's, like, almost compulsive, like, he couldn't help it,
Oh,
is how it felt to me.
wow.
Like, even if he could see it even if he could see it, he
Mhm.
couldn't help himself.
Yeah, had to do it anyways.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then it felt like everything became his and everyone was his, and then I was like, I had nobody, you know? Even if it wasn't true, that's really how it felt.
Yeah. So, but I mean, at this point, there's turmoil, and like you said, you're kind of grasping at straws, but it is still there.
Mhm.
What brings that to an end? Like when?
You
And
know, I actually don't really remember. It was probably a fight. It was probably me being
Mhm.
like, "Why do you always wanna hurt my feelings?" You know?
Yeah.
And this was also, like, very much, like, me, like, sobbing in the shower, like, type
Oh,
stuff, you know? Like,
yeah.
whatever you hear this is probably gonna come up a lot, but, like, whatever you picture as far as, like, a relationship breakup, that was happening with my friend because my friend was the
A
most important
thousand
person in my
percent.
life. So I was, like, in the shower sobbing and, like, "Why is he treating me like this? Like, what did I do to
Mm.
deserve this? What can I do to make it better? Or can I ever even forgive him?" Like, at that point, it was so far
Yeah.
gone that it's like, now I'm so wounded by his
Right.
treatment that I don't know if I could even be his friend anymore, but
Oof.
I just wanted to go back to the old days,
Yeah.
like that kinda thing. And then we did end up just not talking for, like, a significant period of time, but I really don't remember what the
It's
final
okay, but so,
catalyst
like, what's the
was.
significant? Like, how long does well, so is that the end of it? It just kinda slowly fades probably from a fire, whatever you're saying, like, it's something, but,
Yeah.
that's just it? That ends the communication with him?
Well, I wanna say, like, maybe, like, a year we went
Oh, okay.
without talking.
Wow, that's a long time.
Mhm.
And so then what happens a year after?
So, what happens a year after is that, the 2016 election happened.
Ooh.
And, um, and I was also, like, on the verge of coming out, like I
Okay.
said, so, like, so by my estimation, it was like 22. We probably stopped being best friends, but I wanted to come out when I was like 23, 24.
Okay.
So maybe like a year to 2 years. And and I had a boyfriend who was like so like lovely and perfect, but I was like,
Oh,
I need to I need to come out. Like I
be
need to
queer.
have this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like yeah, I just really craved like queer community, and I just remember being like in this moment where the world feels like it's falling or the sky feels like it's falling and the world is ending and gay people are not gonna have rights after this. Like I
Oh,
was like, I really just need to be with my friend Peter.
totally.
Like I need him back in my life. And I think that he felt
Oh,
the same way.
yeah.
So it was like here at the end of all things, like let's come back together.
That's with the crazy direct comparison to your relationship with Peter having been at grasping at straws to then having this probably pretty huge like queer moment g- across the country
Hmm.
where people are also like grasping at straws, just so unsure and not knowing what's coming or what's happening next.
Hmm.
So, do you remember you said you reached out to Peter, or you guys just kind of got back in contact?
I think I might have been the one to reach out, but it felt mutual.
Okay,
It felt like we were
yeah,
both like, we need
they
each
know
other
each
right
other,
now.
sure.
Like we need to do this for the culture or whatever.
That's fair. So,
Yeah.
and then just maybe they even just took that time and took time and had a space and took a breath. And
Mhm.
now here you kind of are reunited a year later. How does it
Mhm.
go?
So at this point, I was telling him like I really want to like be in more like a queer community, and he had made like several more gay friends at this point. So he was like, "Let me introduce you to the lesbos." Dun dun dun. Enter,
No.
and that's where he introduced me to this girl who was a lesbian about town, who had always who apparently had always had a crush on me,
Yeah.
and and then this is the beginning of the end for real for a lot of things. This is where it
Woo-wee.
starts.
Take off 2016. Let's go.
Yeah, so I he introduced me to this girl, and she would basically become my future girlfriend. And I felt like he brought me in almost strategically because she was dating somebody else at the time, and I think
Mhm.
he wanted them to break up. And he was like, "I know what will
Oh my
break them up."
god. He pawned you.
Yeah,
That's
he was
crazy.
definitely well, I don't know because we never talked about it, but it
Sure.
just felt
No, but if
that
you
way.
felt your instincts,
Yeah,
your intuition, I'm sure is
yeah,
strong.
because it worked. Like,
Mm.
frankly, it did work. Like,
Yeah.
they broke up, and then I kind of like moved in.
Slid in.
But
Mhm.
I think that this was almost like the self-perpetuating thing, or like the thing that he didn't account for was like,
Mhm.
okay, once you got what you wanted and you got them broken up, but he didn't want me to stay.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Literally was just trying to use you as a tool
yeah,
to get his friend back.
because that was they were kind of best friends at this time too. So now
Interesting.
it was like round 2 of me taking somebody from him almost. But again, it's like
It's not intentional. It's not even like those are now two. What's the word for these moments or like events that you have in your friendship timeline that aren't even fights? They're not even like
mhm,
disagreements. They're these things that are like, yeah, for sure, canon
canon
events.
events.
You have these canon events that are like, oh no, almost weird way, like causing this disruption between us.
Mhm.
How do you what are you doing? How are
And
you navigating that in real time?
there was just I guess I probably could see it coming.
Mm.
Um, I don't even really
'Cause, like, are you upset with Peter and all during this time? Or, like, are you feeling because before they were being kind of mean, like, are they doing that again now? Or, like, are you feeling
well,
like
yes, this whole scenario was very mean. This actually
oh,
led to one of like
really?
the most like traumatizing nights of my
Oh
life.
my gosh.
Because this was
Peter stayed mean.
actually Eula Genius level like orchestrating. So he invited me, my ex, the girl that she was dating, and another girl who wanted to fuck my future ex, all out to this lesbian bar called Gossip Girl. in San Diego.
Shouts out San Diego. Shouts out Gossip Girl.
And what happened that night
Wow.
was just one for the fucking books, dude.
Yeah.
And especially like me being this is like my first like lesbian outing too, and being like, it could not have
Out
been
and proud.
messier.
Yeah.
It could not have been messier. Like they broke up that night. They broke up that night. Yeah.
Shut up.
They broke up that night because the girl that I liked was like following me around like a puppy. But then we all got like, well, actually, I don't think I got shit face wasted, but some people got shit face wasted. And then we go back to the other girl's apartment, the third party, and like I walk into the room and they're hooking up.
Wait.
So my future ex is hooking up with the other girl. The third girl.
Diabolical.
Yeah, and I
Your
was
future ex. We need a name.
Sarah.
Okay.
So
we're naming, and I'm using air quotes on naming X right here to make this a little easier. We'll call her Sarah. So you're telling me Sarah broke up with her girlfriend that night because she was following you around, obviously trying to get at you, to then a little bit later be hooking up with someone else? That's what you walked in on.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And that was like so like I should have known it was not gonna end well when I began, but she was kind of like she's kind of like, I don't really know what happened last night, but like sorry if I was crazy. And I was like, bitch, I don't know what happened last night, me. Like you can apologize to my face. But yeah,
like it is.
I totally like looked past it and whatever. But yeah, so that was traumatizing, and I think that actually in a way was very smart on his end, because it really, if I wasn't so naive at the time, that would have been the breakup and then get Andi out of the picture move.
Yeah.
100%.
Totally.
But I was like, I don't know why I was so locked in, but I locked in.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
You're just so determined to have your queer community, and like just like
I love my toxic queers.
Yeah. No, but I mean, but like what you're saying with it being the election or whatever, it's like live now or maybe live never. Just you gotta dive in.
No, for sure. For sure. And yeah, I mean, it brought me to the place where I am now, and now all my friends are queer.
Yeah.
You know, and
your whole
I
life
love
is
it.
queer community. It's beautiful. But so with Peter miscalculating and now fumbling his like new best friend and his old best friend at the same time, what does that look like? How does it kind of fizzle out? Or is there like a moment that brings it to an end?
No, I think it was a fizzle at this point.
Yeah.
It did happen that we just like parted ways after that. And I went and I had my relationship for the next 3 years, and he and I really never spoke again.
Yeah. Wow. Not a flash burn, but a fizzle. Yeah. In a weird way, it almost feels like, of course, it was ushered in by this person that was that kind of friend to you. But I mean, the hurt of losing someone like that, it's a wild thing. I mean, I'd love to hear your take comparatively, romantic relationship type breakup grief compared to the best friend. Like, what feels worse for you?
Definitely the friend.
Yeah.
Like, not even a comparison,
I
really.
agree. I'm right there with you.
Yeah. I've always just felt like
no partner can ever.
Yeah. Like when it comes to like life partner, it really is like my friends. It's always been that way.
Yeah.
Since day one. And I really like saw us together like forever. like and I was for sure codependent, and maybe that was like, you know, maybe that's why it was good that we ended up breaking up. But like I was like, I'm never gonna have to do anything. I'm never gonna have to face anything on my own, because I will always have him with me to do it. You know?
Which is exactly like, that's a life partner. That's what you think of. That's what it used to be.
Yeah.
With having gone through that and, you know, picturing your life, but then your life being what it is now today, tell me like who Andi is as a friend and how she shows up modern day today after the lived experiences she's had.
Oh, this is such a tough question. I think I'm trying, you know, I didn't learn my lessons from this experience. Like, I'll just be frank, like I had to do this round too. But I think looking back, like collectively, I had to learn how to be independent and I had to learn that the
And
way that people treat you is a reflection of how they feel about themselves, not how they feel about you.
definitely.
So, I think I mean, those are my lessons. How do I show up as a friend now?
Mhm.
Um, I think you have to have reasonable expectations
Fair.
for yourself and for
Yeah,
others, you
that's
know?
that's you taking those lessons learned into your
Yeah.
current day friendships is
Like, you can do everything right and
Mhm.
still be the villain in somebody's story.
Totally.
So do what you want because
Ooh,
it's your life at the end of the day.
that is so true.
Yeah. And I don't say that to be like you be selfish and like, fuck everything up, but like
No, but I feel like selfish, air quote selfish, gets like a weird negative rap when like that doesn't necessarily have to be what it is. It can just
yeah.
be
It's just like I really
looking out
felt
for
like
oneself.
yeah, and I felt like I was almost like self-sacrificial to a fault to where I was like I didn't get anything that I wanted because I wanted you to have what you wanted first.
Mm.
So now I have none of those things and I don't have you either. So it's like I should have just did what I want. And like again, looking back, that guy was not the guy that I wanted to end up with anyways, but it's
Totally.
just so many other things. Like you only can you can only be accountable for your own life. So
Yeah.
like yes, always try to treat people with like respect and kindness, but like people aren't always going to treat you that way. So make yourself happy.
That I'm sure rings true for just about every single person listening to that right now. Well said.
Thank you.
Well, so again, now we're here modern day. Say Peter walked through the door right now. How would you feel? What would that do?
You know, I've been thinking about this and like enough
And
time has passed and like all of this also happened before we had like our frontal lobes, you know what I mean?
yeah, it's true babies. So, because by the time it came to full end, you said like 22, 3.
I was I mean, I think I was 23.
Okay. Yeah, that is for sure full prefrontal lobe.
Yeah. So I think I would come at it differently, like knowing everything I know. I don't think I would fall back into the same thing, but like
Mhm.
if he wanted to like get coffee and catch up or like
Yeah.
be somebody who like we saw a movie once a year or whatever, like
Mm.
I think I would do that.
That's sweet. I think that's a really beautiful, I'll call it invitation for lack of better words, but
Mhm.
just in an aura sends out into the universe of that, like, for you, reconciliation is not a hard no. And that's
Mhm.
beautiful.
Yeah, and but I also feel comfortable not.
Sure. Like, not that it's like not that you're seeking it, but
Yeah.
if again, whatever universal kind of whatever. So you literally ran into them at the grocery store. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
It's like who you really never know. And so I'm curious, is it, do you turn around and leave the store or
Mhm.
is that something where you'd say hi?
No,
Like,
actually, you did jog my memory. I did run into him at a restaurant one time.
oh,
Like, I was walking in and he was leaving,
wow.
and we spoke so
Do you
briefly.
remember how long after the like end did that
Oh
happen?
my god, it was like 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it was like fully
2 years after.
I'm 32 now, so
Okay.
it would have been like at least 6
Yeah,
years.
wow. How'd that go?
We just said hello
Mm.
and we're like, "Oh my god, hi, good to see you." And
Oh.
then I think he said, also we loved nerdy shit. We loved like to watch movies and so he was like, "Have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once? It reminded me of you."
Mm.
Yeah,
That's a really sweet compliment.
because we both were like also very close with our moms and you know.
And also, I mean, what a really kind of beautiful tie back. My friend and I called it opening the universe. And that's what you and Peter had. And that's, I think, a really good movie for that
Oh
sort of
my god,
concept.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Ooh, I just got chills.
I'm sure Peter watched that and thought of you because of that in a
Mhm.
way and was brought back to it. Wow, it's
Yeah.
really beautiful. But to anybody tuning in right now, if they are maybe going through a friend breakup right now or like just had a friend breakup, is there anything you'd want to say to them? Words of advice, or also just like it could be suck it up and deal with it. It can be anything you want to
Mhm.
say to anyone tuning in.
Yeah. I think I would have to circle back to the way that people treat you as a reflection of how they feel about themselves because it can be so painful to be treated badly by a friend. You know what I mean? And like and it never excuses the behavior, but I think it like if you can contextualize, like, you're
And
going through something internally and it's not about you, and it's not about, like, your sins.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's not about, like, your value as a person. It's truly about them.
totally.
Then you can make the decision for yourself, is this worth it or not worth it? But you don't have to let it be a reflection of your worth.
That's so beautiful. You don't have to, and definitely shouldn't put your worth in anything other than yourself.
Yeah.
That's where, the weird negative connotation on the word selfish, I think, is not there because looking out for oneself is super important
Mhm.
and can be argued makes us better friends and better people as a whole.
Mhm.
And I would love to hear just like what does friendship mean to you now? Like how does you being a friend and just having the friendships you have in your life say
Oh man, I'm gonna get emotional, I think. Um, I still think I'm that girl who, like, am obsessed with my friends. Like, my friends, like, truly are my life partners. Like, um, I don't really care about relationships. Like, I only care about my relationships with my friends, and, it's really the same. I think, like, you have to find a balance, but, like, I think I am building a life with my friends.
That's
Like, I
beautiful.
think my friends are my life partners. I had to figure out how to be, like, a brave and independent person
You really are.
with them by my side, rather than, like,
Absolutely.
rather than relying on somebody for, like, my courage. I had to find it for myself,
Yeah.
but it didn't make me not value the connection and the community, you know? So, but I think friends are still the most important thing that you can ever have in your life.
Here, here,
Period.
man. Cheers to that. And I mean, just being and especially like the privileged person to get to be your friend, can attest,
Mm.
is amazing.
Well, I love that you
Is
wanna be
the
my
queer community
friend.
that everyone needs, to be
Yeah.
honest. And I wish it on everybody.
Yes, me too.
Amy, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having
I'm so happy we got to do this.
me. And thank you for bringing me in on this with you. It was such a dream come true.
Could never do it with anybody else. That was great. Do you ever